Chapter 4.
Just move that one
Begin!
away.
I know, it was like, Aaron, dumbass, you didn't know she was the I'm like, no.
Moon and Fade.
Stay night. Wouldn't that be a fun game?
And Fate's in it. Well, it is by Type Moon.
Whoa. Oh, we're just walking back?
So we're okay with her being the black monster?
We'll talk about it in a moment.
Okay.
I'm sure Dark's gonna have
We'll
issues.
talk about it later.
He's mulling it over.
And then Hasha will have problems with it.
Kongo not okay with this.
Why would Hashem have problems with it?
Because she killed his daughter, Claire!
Maybe.
But we don't know that. See, I was reading it. That was something I was reading about. And they're like, the game never actually says definitively. But pretty much everyone's like, just that's the running theory.
Yeah.
Uhura, what?
Ulara.
We'll talk about it later.
Get
Everyone
out.
morph into me. Whoa. That one's always the most jarring. Because he's not even
No! Oh, I thought he was gonna be like, no, you are not allowed to come inside!
Black Beast.
That's what she said.
Ice Giant.
You murdered my mother. I was about to say, I was gonna say, you murdered my father, prepare to die. I was like, oh wait,
Unfortunately,
I guess...
you murdered my mother. Just want you to know, I agree with everything.
This helmet
you
is
said.
fabulous. That's actually one of the shirts. It's just a picture of one of the shirts that the Hishi store sells. This is the picture of the helmet. This is fabulous. Don't talk about this helmet. Don't talk about that. This helmet is fabulous. It is quite fabulous.
What? Are we simulating?
Whoa, what?
There's a couple spots where you want to drop down, and I can't remember where they are. Shit.
Let's just
Okay, no, never mind. That
let's
is one
just
of them.
let's just run headlong. Did you mean to run headlong
Yeah.
into this thing? It's like, oh.
Yeah, because it was you. There's a couple places where you can fall down where you can get chests, but you have to fall down in specific places.
So we're in amazement of this place under the ground after all the revelations we just had. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Okay. I was talking about my Powerball plan is what I call it. Like if I win like the 400 million or whatever, I was gonna develop any game of my choice. I was gonna take money and offer it to a developer and be like, I'm gonna back this game. I'm gonna make a Canadian football game because I love the CFL and there hasn't been one. And now now there needs to be two. 'Cause I need to back the sequel to this game.
Legend of Dragoon 2.
Well, me and Josh were actually, I can't believe I forgot about that. Me and Josh were actually talking about plots. I actually like the last one we came up with, like, the species, like, 1 through 95.
Yeah, all the other species rebel against all the higher level ones, so the humans, the winglies, and the dragons.
For
Just
being
like-
forgotten.
Yeah. For, like, essentially, like, making them second-class world citizens or whatever.
Because they weren't sentient.
Some
Or-
of them are sentient, like the Minutos. Like that one Minuto that tried to
I thought he
cheat
was
me on
one
that
at
ticket.
a higher level.
Yeah, but none of the ones that we care about.
Right.
Basically, anyone that's not part of our party, or with a Gigantos.
So we have to figure out.
He's the last Giganto, unless of course we find all the other Gigantos and they want to rule the world or something. We do that too.
It needs to be them, and we need to create a couple of the other, because they never say what the other ones are.
Yeah.
You can just create, 65 and 32, and along with the Gigantos.
What does that sand draining mean?
That's just where you fall down. That's where the little sand whirlpools end. Because whirlpools end in, intermittent showers, not, a constant funnel or anything like
We're
that.
not fighting anything?
That would make sense, huh? Well, I'm trying not to because the one part where you get to avoid battles, I'm trying not to inundate with battles. Does it always put me over the rock no matter where I come in? No.
I'm so confused. I guess we're simulating the Lost in the Desert, just like Uncharted 3.
Huh.
I think that was the right side.
Was it
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 was sand, 2 was snow.
1 was jungle.
Yes.
But nobody remembers 1.
Or never played it like
Or
me.
never played it like Josh, because all of us at the GameStop were like, you can probably glance over that one.
Well, yeah, well, it's better than 3.
All of a sudden, like, in hindsight, everyone, like, shits on 3.
I had issues with 3 while I was going through it, but...
Because I know Bridget, she's been playing 2, like, when she'll come over occasionally, she's playing 2. It's like, this is the best one.
I hate to say the internet won't get this, but I'm not trying to directly compare it to Lair that I was earlier when I said Lair wasn't a great game, but I didn't think it was as bad as everybody else said. It was just okay.
However, Uncharted 2 it's a good game, but it's not as great as everyone says it was. Is that the...
No, I like Uncharted 2, and I think it is as good as everyone says it is. But the problem with 3 was...
Whoa.
3 was nowhere near as good as 2 was.
Why? See, that's where the sticking point is. No one can ever tell me why.
The story has some major issues where essentially it's kind of...
Whoa.
The story becomes, you're an idiot for doing this plot. Why are you doing this, Drake? And when that's your main character...
They're working with the old lady?
No, fighting against her even. Because I don't remember exactly how it works out, but like Claudia Black and random British dude are working with you for like the first third of the game, then all of a sudden they're like, even though we risked way more than this in the last game, all of a sudden we've got cold feet and this is too dangerous for us. We're getting out of here, Drake, and you should too. And essentially the plot is recurringly bashing you that, Drake, you're a bad man because you're willing to risk all of this
Oh, and we'll illustrate this even further by having this woman that you married be divorced from you.
Yes, and then essentially the whole plot of the game turns out to be, Drake, you need to settle down and get with Elena. Not Helena. Helena. I mean,
I don't think that would be a bad alternative.
No, but it's kind of like...
No, I mean Helena.
Yeah.
No, Helena wouldn't be a bad alternative.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but yes, but I mean that... But I was okay with that because I agreed with that sentiment. Because Drake... And he figures it out. He's like, the plot of every game is, here's this thing that he fights tooth and nail for that ends up being the bane of the world's existence. Like, the Chintamani Stone. And then at the... what was the first game?
The first game was... It was supposed to be El Dorado, but it turned out just to be the one golden statue that had zombie plague in it.
Yeah. He keeps looking for all these things, and then 3, it's that big...
Oh, we're about to talk about it.
Okay. Cool. We'll get it. Bookmark it. It's been a couple days.
Apparently that desert is huge.
Oh!
Ouch.
It's okay because she was a woman.
But we can at least judge you for what you've done to Dart's mother.
Yes.
Maybe. I was like, where's
Maybe
Meru
we did
going?
talk about it. Okay, maybe we only have talked about it. I know we do it at some point before we leave this place.
Get inside of me!
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we're picking the bookmark up. Was that healing?
Hooray.
That healing puddle in the desert.
Save your
It's
game.
an oasis.
One little puddle of water.
It's an oasis.
Okay. Yes, by the definition, yes it is, I agree.
Death Frontier.
Phew. That'll be the name of the next
Sounds horrible.
Legend of Dragoon 2 Death Frontier. The whole game will take place in this desert. with all these jumping fish.
Whoa.
Sand
Ah,
fish.
shit.
You missed.
That was the same
So-
one I fell into last time.
Yep. So, I mean, but I was with that assessment because I agreed, because it like hits him like a ton of bricks at the end of 3. Like, all this shit that I keep looking for ends up being really dangerous and awful. Maybe I should quit.
I know, but if he doesn't look it up and find out it's dangerous and take care of it, who will? It's like the Die Hard effect. If you're not that guy, then who's going to be that guy?
Justin Long.
There'll be another one. No, Shia LaBeouf.
He wasn't in Die Hard.
No, but I'm thinking of like passing on the torch. So, Indiana Jones.
So Drake can have a kid, and then Drake Jr. can run around.
Like James Bond Jr., except that was his nephew.
Who somehow inherited the name.
Well, that happens, but it wouldn't be Junior then, it would be the second.
Yes.
James Bond 2, I'm thinking there was already one of those like 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, it was called From Russia with Love.
What
Damn
the
it.
fuck? Okay, so what are we
Trying to get those chests.
Well, I mean, he'll get pulled in one more time, and then that'll be the end of Drake. Well, taking
Well,
bets, does he ride off in the sunset, or does he get killed?
In what, 3?
In 4. What do we think?
It's gonna be a 4.
It's
I don't know
tough.
how I feel about that.
It depends if he has a kid yet. If he has a kid,
No.
if he has a kid,
He will.
then I could see him sacrificing himself to save Elena and the kid. If he doesn't have a kid yet, then he has to live so that Elena and him can have
Yeah.
a
I
child.
wasn't scoffing at you, it's like I gotta get all the chests. You can carry no more items.
You can't not carry no more items.
Everybody's full.
You
I
should-
will until
do you-
can't
do
no
you-
more games can exist.
Do you have any battle items?
You're like standing next to an abyss, just throw a couple weapons in there.
Do you really need all those panic bells?
Yes.
Could you,
Couldn't tell you why,
Yeah,
but
could you get into a fight and just use a couple of them?
I
you
could
just-
throw them away. It is. I mean, I guess it is for something that I'm probably not gonna do.
did you hear the
Is there a bank you can put stuff in? No. I mean, I don't care. Make your own decisions. I'm just throwing things out there to try to move things along while we argue about Uncharted. Well, it was also the gameplay stuff. I mean,
the game is the fucking same thing. The gameplay is the same.
it just
Except
didn't
for that stupid shipyard.
Yes.
I hate that shipyard.
I know, well, that was...
I'm never playing 2 again because of that part.
3.
Rather 3 again. Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
but
thing,
that's-
because I still have your copy.
Well, it's kind of like that's one of
I
my.
didn't even know I owned that game. That's right, I do.
That's one.
It's propping up my fan.
I fucking forgot I even owned that. Wait, so you have that and my copy of Dragon Age?
No, I gave you back everything
Okay.
except Uncharted 3. Because I forgot that I had it. In earnest.
And you gave me back everything except for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, I only borrowed that. So, yes.
You only borrowed that.
Well, yeah, but the HD one's coming out in like a month.
Yeah. Maybe we'll finish Dragoon in time.
Die. Demons dance.
Oh, hey, you got it right in the first try. Your special little bowl. You never Dragoon anymore, Josh.
Die.
So you don't have it.
Remember when we used to Dragoon?
Demons dance.
Remember what Dragooning is, Josh? Remember what fun is, Aaron?
Remember what fun Dragooning was, Sharon?
Did you hear about the the ESRB accidentally
I was actually going to mention that to you.
releasing plot information for Revelations 2. Get this, I doubt you heard about this. This is the quote from the ESRB. This is an action-adventure game in which players assume the roles of an imprisoned woman and a father searching for his daughter. So they're basically revealing that Barry's going to be playable in Revelations 2. Barry! Woo, Barry! Yeah! So now the only person that's been forgotten that we need to bring back is Rebecca.
Rebecca
And Billy Cohen.
Billy Cohen, Carlos Oliveira.
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 I don't
Oliveira.
know.
But no, see,
I
I think
never-
Carlos is like the only one that nobody cares about. Apparently there's a huge following for Billy.
Really?
Yeah.
Carlos-
Even though he wasn't actually a...
I liked Carlos better in the movies.
Carlos in the game was just annoying.
That's because he was played by Oded Fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, not Carlos at all.
Yeah, part of me feels bad
Damn it.
for those, ethnic actors who are like, let's get you to play a completely unrelated...
Like a Mexican guy.
Ethnicity. Yeah.
Well,
Even though you're from, like, Iran.
Well, it's funny that it's kind of reversed because I don't know what nationality Oded Fair is.
I want to say he's like, yeah, like some kind of like Egyptian.
He's vaguely Middle
Well,
He's from
Middle
that,
Eastern.
yeah, region.
He's from-
I
yeah,
just don't
he's
know
from,
which
like-
country.
From like just east of Europe.
But I find
Or
it funny.
maybe from like Cairo.
Like they get
Syria.
him, yeah, they get him to play South American, and
He's Israeli. He's from Tel Aviv.
oh really?
So he's Israeli.
That makes it even funnier because I was laughing because in NCIS they get him to play an Israeli, but
So
yet,
that's actually accurate.
but
Ah.
the team member who is supposed to be Israeli is actually South American.
What's her face?
Cota de Pablo or
Cote
something
de
like
Pablo,
that.
yeah, or something like that.
She's not on the show anymore.
She got killed or something.
No, she decided to leave because she couldn't take the something. I don't know.
She couldn't take the catching murderers thing anymore.
It was revolving around the fact that her dad got killed by Odette Fair, or he was orchestrating some conspiracy to take him out, and she was tired of the life of a spy and double life between her. There was some weird thing of how she wanted to go live her own life for a change. It was a little weak.
What show is this?
NCIS.
Yeah.
He's only 43. I thought he was older than that.
Who, Odette Fair?
Yeah, Odette Fair. He's only 43. November 23rd, so we'll be coming up on 44 shortly.
Okay, apparently I need to go. What? God damn it, I keep running into that same one! I always forget it's there until it's too late. God damn it.
One of these days, when it's cheap enough, I'm going to buy the NCIS video game and we can have
I'm
a
surprised it's not.
CSI-esque romp.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
I also occasionally look at CSI, Fatal Conspiracy, like, we could finish it!
Oh, God.
If it's a fatal conspiracy, then the conspiracy's gonna die and it won't be a conspiracy anymore.
Die. Demon scouts.
So,
We'll have Barry back.
Yay, Barry.
He'll be super old.
He won't aim all retardedly.
Of course, my worry still stands.
I agree.
That this could be Barry's final hurrah.
So we need to get... So we have Barry and Claire back. Two of the forgotten.
Not actually Claire. Somebody that looks like Claire, but doesn't sound like her.
Oh, poor Allison Court.
I know.
We at MoldyCrowProductions officially support Allison Court for Claire Redfield.
Mm-hmm.
Remember to vote.
This message is approved by nobody about nothing.
Fuck it.
She was, I just gonna say.
Supposed
Oh
to be
yeah,
approved by
well,
nobody.
one of the things I kept going is the BSAA was founded by the original 11, and I've always tried to figure out, are the original 11 people we have met before? Because obviously it would be Chris and Jill, and then there's like, who else?
Wesker.
I was like, well, we could go through all the surviving stars, so that's Barry and Rebecca, that's 4.
Leon?
Leon is a possibility, but he kind of joined the government, so he's questionable. Claire, but then she joined TerraSave, so she's also questionable.
Sherry, because she was totally like 12.
Therefore, questionable. That, and she also joined.
Yeah, but
the
she
US
wasn't 12
government.
when they formed it.
Yeah. So that's 5, 6, 7, and I was like, Carlos makes sense. He disappeared, but it would make sense that he would stick, at least follow along with Claire.
Steve, before he got murdered.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, I
matter.
got it.
Oh!
I got it.
Albert just got level 4 Dragoon.
Sweet.
A surefire.
Ah, okay. This time I remember to run.
A surefire candidate for the BSAA, Nikolai. Because he's still alive, right?
Nemesis.
It.
Nemesis totally did that.
No.
Technically, after reading back into it, I think that was actually a typo in the American version. Apparently, that final letter was supposed to be signed by someone different, so it would leave open the possibility that Nikolai died. But in the American version, apparently they just... I might be spouting complete lies because I read this a billion years ago.
Okay, so the other 11. Ada.
Who's a spy?
She was a double agent.
But I'm
A double, triple
I'm
agent.
counting potential, so we're up to 9.
Piers.
Sheva.
Is dead.
Piers wasn't dead at the
we
time.
we didn't meet Sheva until after, though. I was trying to look for people from
Piers
before.
wasn't dead at the time.
Yeah,
And,
but he was a
Sheva
recruit.
was recruited.
Yes, and I'm sure Piers was too.
Yeah.
Josh.
Joshua?
Also
Recruited.
I believe.
Alright,
Well, technically Josh we don't know, so maybe. But he didn't seem like a big shot or anything. Dang.
How about...
Ark Thompson from Gun Survivor.
Run!
That would get us to 10.
Oh, that mullet guy?
Yes, mullet guy.
What about asshole
Bullshit.
from Survivor?
Oh, that was Ark Thompson. Oh, you mean the southern guy in the other one?
The first.
The first one that had amnesia
Yeah.
was Ark Thompson.
Was it Ark Thompson?
Yeah.
Who thought he was the bad guy, but
Mm-hmm.
who was the asshole from
The second
Yeah.
one? I don't
the
remember.
mullet guy, the blonde guy?
Yeah. So he would make 11, but do you really want those two characters being founding members of the BSAA? Also, we're counting Ada, who would...
Maybe they got Billy in there. Maybe they cleared him.
I actually...
Punk.
I did
No.
consider that.
Uncle always worked.
I
on Umbrella.
want someone... It is so stupid. This is stupid, especially because I didn't even know the character existed until way late, until 4 when you could play as members. But I really want someone to resolve what happened to Hunk. I think I ranted about this before. I thought the plot of Revelations 1 was going to be Hunk, like, doing stuff. And then it was like, no, it's just some other random guy in a gas mask.
Like Operation Raccoon City. No, it's not actually Hunk. He's kind of in it, but it's just people in gas masks.
Yeah, it's just people that kind of vaguely look like Hunk.
Okay, is this good?
Healing!
This is where we want to be.
Save your game.
Well, yeah, well, sort of. There's like 3 tiers to this desert, so that was tier 2, and I need to figure out where to drop in to get that last chest, and then I can figure out
Fuck
which way to
dropping in for that last chest.
But it's awesome.
No, is it?
I don't know.
Right.
But it could be.
No,
It could be awesome.
it never is.
It has the potentiality to be awesome.
It's just like Schrodinger's cat. You'll never know until you open the chest.
You'll never know. And then you'll either be greeted by a meow or a dead smell.